Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Happy December. I don't know how we got this close to the end of the year so fast, but we did. Okay, so today I want to take a quick look at kind of the future of the GOP and see what's going on there. I mean, right now, they're just in a colossal mess. But I want to see sort of how that unfolds in, the months and even hopefully years to come. Before I get there, a couple things. First of all, thank you for to my new subscribers. Thank you, all of you, for spending a few minutes with me today. I very much appreciate it. Um, for my donors, I'm ever humbled. Thank you so very much. For anybody looking at getting a private reading, I still have some appointments for mid-December and then into January. So if that's something you're interested in the Dropbox below is the email address soulprint888@gmail.com. Secondly, on my comment section, there is somebody directing you under my name and picture to WhatsApp for readings. It's not me, okay? You can only schedule readings with me through that email address through, this channel, okay? Secondly, I'm really sorry, but one of the people who pointed out that this was what was going on, I somehow by mistake deleted your comment and possibly could have blocked you. I'm really sorry. Just should not be allowed in your technology. If it's you, please send me an email to that soulprint888@gmail.com, and I'll try to figure out how to reverse that. But by the time I realized that I had clicked the wrong grouping, it was too late. I'm so sorry. Um, and finally, this is sort of a request, okay? So Friday night, the temperature with the wind chill here is going to be minus 40 degrees Celsius, which just so happens to correspond with your 40 degrees below zero temperatures. Very chilly. We're under something called a polar vortex. It's going to warm up Saturday, Sunday a little bit. And into next week, it should start moderating a bit, but it's really cold. So, for those of you in the southern states, you just feel free to send me on up some sunshine and some nice warm weather. It will be received with gratitude, I promise you. It's cold. Okay, let's take a look at the GOP. Good Lord, I've got cards flying everywhere. Let's take a look at them and see I want to see what their trajectory is, right? Like what happens? I mean, at this point, Kevin, what's his name, is struggling to get what is it, 218 votes or whatever that he needs. And none of the Democrats are going to side with him, and he's got 5 or 6 people of his own party who are absolutely adamantly refusing to vote for him for that leadership. And more, he's giving away the store, right? He's promising everything and anything crazy under the sun just to guarantee votes. Well, how the hell are you supposed to, govern? How are you supposed to be the leader of something if all your members kind of have you, by the short and curlies, I guess? I'm trying to think of a nice way to say that. Okay, here we go. One more quick shuffle. Okay. So this is sort of about the party as a whole. Here we go. Republican Party trajectory, Republican Party trajectory, Republican Party trajectory. Did you hear? I don't know if any of you have heard this yet. So, you know how they do autopsies after an election to find out what went wrong? Apparently, one of the people that they've, I guess, brought on board to help with the autopsy is no less than that Blake um, Masters, the guy I think Arizona or wherever he's from. Like they're really the one who, when they, were um, doing those, you know, the word most often associated with him was creepy. This is who they said, yeah, you come on board and you tell us how come things went wrong. Well, good Lord. All right, here we go. The party as we have known it, or as you Americans have known it, I guess, is coming to an end. And in some ways, that's not good because there was always sort of a feeling that hopefully, with enough level heads, with enough moderate Republicans, they could claw themselves back from the abyss and sort of get back to, their usual level of hypocrisy and bigotry and, injustice. But the world card definitely indicates that there is sort of an end coming for that party as it has been recognizable. Got the Queen of Swords here. And it's just talking. Oh my God, that's the other thing. Did you hear that the pillow guy, Mike Lindell, is challenging, oh, what the hell's her name? The head of the Republican National Committee, Rona somebody. Until it's morning, right? My brain hasn't woken up. So yeah, so that's what's going on in that party. All right, the Queen of Swords. You're talking about really sort of truths and difficult truths coming out. However, this card really, really represents the energy I'm getting from the card right now is that the law is going to continue to push against some of the insanity. Now I do know that Alabama apparently, I think it was Alabama or Louisiana, are going ahead with that 6-week abortion ban. That kind of has been put in place already. But the law is going to continue to push against some of their more outrageous claims and behaviors and the things they're trying to accomplish. They really are going to need to do an autopsy, but they're going to need to do a serious one. The problem is, at this point, there's a sort of full steam ahead, this real push forward to basically, by Republicans, tear down the Republican Party, right? They really, really are pushing forward where, they think the money is, and that is with that base, because they're losing big donors and that kind of stuff. But as far as they can, as long as they can keep the big corporations happy, the big donors happy who are not currently supporting Trump, but we'll see. But there's definitely sort of a very materialistic, very greedy, very me, and those exactly like me, we're the only ones that count and matter. That's the energy. And unfortunately, it almost feels as it almost there's the Trump card, right? The greedy king. It almost feels as if they have so lost their way forward. And it's not that they're stupid. It's not like they don't know what they're doing. It's that they've gone so far down the path, they really can't figure out how to back away, right? So they've dug themselves such a deep hole that the only way they can figure out to salvage this or keep going forward is to continue to get, deeper and deeper entrenched in the ridiculousness of what is becoming the, Democrat Party, or the Republican Party. There's going to continue to be some of those who simply walk away because it is just too outrageous. There's going to be an attempt to try to rein things in and take them back to something normal. The problem is this: the new people who are like, the sycophants of Trump, okay? Even if Trump wasn't in the picture, they have now sort of unleashed this almost like unholy attitude and behavior. And they're going to keep pushing forward with that. I mean, I don't know a lot about American politics before Trump sort of jumped into the picture, but it seems to me that it was the Tea Party that created all of this havoc, years ago. They're still around, right? I mean, that's where the Jim Jordans came from, right? And the Rand Pauls, I think. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like some of these people that are in there now, they're not going anywhere fast. And so they're going to continue to sort of poison the well or poison the water. What happened as things go forward, if they manage to hold on to or retain some success in terms of being reelected, etc., that is going to literally strengthen the party in the wrong direction. And ultimately, it's going to go against them. I think ultimately what you're going to see is sort of a collapse, right? A collapse of the Republican Party. Literally 3, 4, 5 years down the road, it absolutely would not surprise me if the Republican Party sort of stopped being and they kind of reinvented themselves, came up with a new name, a new attitude, a new whatever. But it's a ways down the road, because part of what's going to bring them down is that they are not complying or listening to the wishes of the majority. They are everything that the majority of Americans are not and don't want. And so eventually, this sort of very exclusive attitude they have of, we're the masters, we're the best, we can rule, we blah, 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 is not going to work. It's going to backfire in their face. Somewhere down the line, they're going to have to reinvent themselves. They're going to have to come up with a new way, a new look, a new attitude to move forward. This situation, okay, with the the white supremacists and the Holocaust deniers, for God's sakes, and the nationwide complete ban on abortion crazy. All of that stuff is going to circle around and stop. Okay, you're going to get back to a calmer place, because they're going to keep on losing, right? I mean, that's just the reality of it. And so as they lose in the next election and then the midterms after that, you're going to see them finally getting to a place where they're like, you know what, we have to abandon and we have to reinvent ourselves if we plan on going forward in any way, shape, or form that promises any kind of success. And I think it was a long time ago, I remember saying that the Republican Party would be losing for a decade at least. So they've got a couple more elections where it really doesn't look like they're going to make any headway. In fact, it looks like they're going to um, basically, pay for the sins, right? It just, yeah, here comes the judgment. Here comes the judgment. It's not going to be good. Ultimately, the higher rungs of government, like almost like the Constitution, the courts, it's going to stabilize. It's going to block them from some of the more outrageous and egregious behaviors and attitudes. And that's a good thing. But there definitely feels, yep, that there is this sort of collapse of the party as we know and recognize it, or or what it's become, because it's not sustainable. Not only is it not sustainable to the American people, beyond that, it's not sustainable to um, the energy, the global energy, the energy within the country of the United States, which of course is moving towards that, fourth, fifth dimension vibration. And the kind of exclusion that they preach is simply not going to fly. And again, where you're going to really, really see people moving away? It's going to be the young people. You know what? Those old white folks in Florida, no offense attended to any of the old white folks who watch this channel, because I know you're out there. I know you're out there. But the old Republicans who just want what they want because it's always been that way and they're terrified something's going to change. The younger generations are saying enough. No. Sure, there's a few kind of out there who, are going to just do what their grandpappies did. By and large, you're going to continue to see that shift. Um, Literally, those, under 40 are going to really, really start playing a significant role in shaping what politics looks like. And in particular, I'm being told politics of the South. How we're following the death card, that tells you something. And Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So the southern states where that real Republican attitude is really entrenched right now, you're going to see that shifting, just as Georgia has gone purple. I'm pretty sure that 10 years ago, Georgia was not blue and not purple. I'm sure it was red, but you're seeing these shifts, and that's going to continue to happen over the next couple of election cycles, because the younger people are going, whoa, 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 whoa. This has gotten out of hand. This has gotten crazy, and we are rejecting the nonsense that the Republican Party is spewing. And so, because of that, you are going to see things shifting. And frankly, either the Republican Party poops or get off the pot. Literally. Either they reinvent themselves into something that is more palatable to traditional Republicans, the younger traditional Republicans, or they're just gonna continue to lose ground. And right now, they're trapped. Right now they're trapped because they can't figure out how to go forward without alienating Trump, without alienating the MAGA crowd. But they're going to have to figure it out, because if not, it will truly create a, a demise. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to tap in and see if there's going to be like a third party that's created that basically overrides the Republicans. I'm not seeing that happening in the shorter term. But man, they got a lot of work to do, and I don't know how they're going to manage it, because they are so driven by money, right? They're just so obsessed with the power and greed and money and keeping those big donors in their pockets, and the big donors are the big corporations, and they want those tax cuts, and they don't want restrictions on, what they can do for or against the environment, et cetera, et cetera. So the Republicans have kind of a long ways to go in terms of trying to correct um, who they become. A lot of heartbreak there. They're going to have, they're going to be such losers. Okay, they're just going to continue to lose, and it's not going to be good. And I can tell you that energetically, certainly, you've got with Kevin McCarthy and what's going on with the House leadership, and just his own immoral and, you know, I'll promise you anything, just, hey, Nova, I promise you anything, just, give me what I want, give me the leadership. it really feels as if they're going to, the hypocrisy of them is going to become even more pronounced, even more noticeable. And it's going to be in real opposition with what people are seeing the Democrats doing. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And unfortunately, the getting worse part, I fear is going to include, pandering to the lowest denomination, right? So that's what we've got. Pull out your pendulums for those of you who follow along. I'm just asking a few questions just off the top of my head. I don't have a list, unfortunately. I don't have notes, but I'm just going to ask a few questions. So let's start with the most pressing one, considering it is December 2nd. Is Warnock going to retain his Senate seat and win the the runoff on December 6th and get that Senate seat for 6 years? Is Warnock holding on to his current Senate seat? Yeah. Herschel Walker is unpalatable. He's unpalatable to Republicans, never mind independents, and certainly Democrats. Okay? So it looks like Warnock is definitely taking that. Yeah. Okay. Is Kevin McCarthy going to kind of win his seat as leader of the House, leader, whatever that title is, Speaker of the House? Is he actually going to get enough votes to win that um, that voting process, whatever that is? Okay, so right now it's a yes. Okay. Is Kevin McCarthy still going to be in that position 6 months from now? No. It's going to blow up on him. Are the Republicans going to continue to be the majority in the House through to the 2024 election? No. Is that possibly because there are some members of the House, of the Republican House, who are ultimately going to end up in some significant trouble, legal peril, for their behavior on and surrounding January 6th? Yeah. It's very telling that Merrick Garland used the particular phrase when he made that announcement a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever it is, regarding Jack Smith, that they were investigating all of those who were not on the ground, who were not outside. Very specific, because that's more than Trump. Okay, that's kind of good news. Is Joe Biden's health going to remain strong until the next election? Yeah, Biden is protected. He really is. Not only is he's protected with divine energy, but there's a lot of support and a lot of shields around him to protect him and allow him to continue to move forward with this part of his this is his agenda. This is what he's here to do and needs to do. um, are there going to be any Supreme Court justices who leave the bench for whatever reason during the year 2023? Yes, good news. And will Biden be able to put on one or two of his choices for the Supreme Court? Are they going to get through? Yes, they are. Is that going to allow the Supreme Court to balance out some of the real, almost radicalized Republican energy on the court? Yes. Okay. For a long time, I have been saying that I just don't see Alito on the bench. But you know what? I've always felt that it wasn't just because he was going to sort of put his tail between his legs and leave. It really did feel to me, and does continues to feel like me, like it will be a sudden departure. So, he may get really sick, he may pass, I don't know. But I definitely don't see longevity for him. Um, is Donald Trump going to secure the nomination for the Republican Party for president in 2024? No, he's not. Is Donald Trump going to be charged with federal offenses surrounding January 6th? Is there going to be charges? Yes. Is there going to be a conviction from those charges? Yes. In Georgia, is that case for election interference or meddling against Donald Trump, is that going to continue to move forward? And will there be indictments against Trump and others, or Trump himself, as a result of that? And is there likely to be a conviction as a result of that? Okay. That's what my pendulum knows for now. So once again, it's the weekend. If you are lucky enough to be somewhere warm, enjoy that, and send any extra my way. And have a good weekend. Take some time to decompress. Next week is going to be a busy week with the runoff in Georgia happening, and you can just anticipate more crazy happening. Um, so, recharge where you can. Start gearing up for the holidays. Watch some Christmas movies, play some music, bake some cookies. Um, but, bring some joy into your days as we go through the month of December, and we're wrapping up this year, and we're ready to start a new year, a new year with very different energy than 2022 had. So it's time to start shedding the weight, if you will, of the last year, and looking forward to the new. And I hope all of you take some time this weekend to do that. Thank you once again for being here. I apologize again to whoever that nice person was that I'm pretty sure I blocked. Thank you. Until next time, take care. Be well. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.